Hello, this is a review of the FIFINE K-688. The K-688, seen here in this graphic, is a USB dynamic cardioid microphone. It's fairly low cost, so under $100. Retail right now is in the $80 to $90 range. And we're going to go ahead to the TLDR, but just first, a little bit of housekeeping. When you are looking for a microphone for video meetings for Zoom, etc., try to find something that is got a cardioid pattern or a unidirectional pattern, but more typically you'll find this pattern out there that limits the pickup pattern of the microphone, and thus it will cast away the background noises. Also, when you're using microphone, try to speak across the pattern, not directly into the microphone. If you speak directly into the microphone, you're liable to get sibilants and plosives. So let's go ahead to the TLDR. So real quick, there's no app on this mic, which is great. The construction is fair. It's metal body, but rather thin. Pickup pattern is good. It's a cardioid pickup pattern. Value is pretty fair for it. It's got a mute button, which is nice. There's no detectable mic buzz. It's got a dynamic pattern on microphone type, unfortunately. So that means it's got a really low volume. You can see that over on the other side. The volume is very poor coming in. Just measuring peak now is about negative 30 dB. A little bit of self noise. Got a shock mount though, which is always nice because that tends to help with the desk down transferring noise from like a desktop if you happen to bang into your desk or something or typing. The noise rejection is fair. XLR option on the back, so when you want to move up and maybe control the microphone with a separate mixer at some point in the future, you don't have to switch mics. You've got an XLR output option. So let's go ahead and do some mic tests. First off, we're going to do the plosive test. Oh, wait a minute. The polar pattern test. So I'm going to rotate the microphone and see how the off-axis rejection is on this. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is 180 degrees off pattern. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next is the plosive test. People were pleased to find that Peter Piper had picked up pizza and procured pickles for the presenters. Again, I'm not speaking directly into the mic, but across the pattern, which is important. Also for the next test, sibilants, ice, icicle. 76 Central Street, smart shoppers saunter south for sandwiches. See some selected samples soon. So distance proximity. I'm going to move really close to the mic. This is within 2 inches of the microphone, so this gives you some idea of what the mic sounds like with close proximity. I don't recommend using the microphone this way. It's very much in your face and tends to get in the shot. Also, it makes working a little hard because the microphone's got to be so far up next to you when you're in the middle of a meeting. This is 12 inches away, well, more like 10 inches away from the microphone capsule. This is more of a working distance, so the microphone is to my lower left, 45-degree angles, pattern crosses my mouth. And this is where I would recommend most people place the microphone. It's a comfortable distance. It doesn't intersect your eye line when you're looking at your monitors to do your work, or if you're speaking to people on Zoom. This is about 2 feet away from the microphone. Again, approximately 2 feet away from the mic capsule. Backing up. And this is about 4 feet away from the microphone capsule. Background noise test. So I'm going to run a file, which is a recording from a busy post office, and we'll see, and that is hitting the microphone with about 70 dB. So think of this similar to working in one of those open office environments that they used to build during the 2000s, and everybody thought was so cool, but unfortunately was like terrible for accessibility. Anyway, so similar kind of environment. Let me play that in the background, and I will speak a little bit. We are committed to an internet that includes all the peoples of the earth, where a person's demographic characteristics do not determine their online access, opportunities, or quality of experience. We are committed to an internet that elevates critical thinking, reasoned argument, shared knowledge, and verifiable facts. Again, this is background noise test rejection. The noise played was off axis, about almost 100 degrees to the direction that the microphone's pointing. Okay, a little bit of hand clapping just to see what that background noise is like, how the rejection goes on the microphone. I'm going to snap my fingers behind me. And now we'll do a shock rejection test. This is tapping the microphone in case you like want to hit the mute button. This is what that would sound like. Or if you tap the shock mount, this is what that would sound like. Or the mount itself, tapping now. Now if I tap the desk, tap, tap, get some idea of what that sounds like. And this is a keyboard, a Dell Quiet Key, running below and to the right of the microphone. Alrighty, well, let's cut back to the deity. So this is a little bit better microphone, palette cleanser. You can hear what the difference sounds like in volume and otherwise. Thank you so much for listening in on our mic review of the FIFINE K-688.